just a casual 24 Warlock to kind of secure the lane, give a bit more life. I don't mind it, but again,
I'm just looking at Toby's hero pool, right? He mainly plays Naga, Veno, Warlock.
I'm going to try and make a go. So if they've got enough damage to burst through Shiro, dive forward.
He's dead.
They got him. Nice read there from Box. He says, hey, you know what? We've got the setup, we've got the damage, and they have. Only just, but it is there.
Yeah, well, that is at least one of the downsides. They don't have any cancel for the Shackle. It's level 2. Maybe slightly underestimated how fast Saber would get back to base there. Of course, he's got the hammer, he's got the boots.
Can they go for another one?
Chicken fingers.
Dives on cooldown. Why is in trouble? They're going to get both of these kills.
Huge.
That is massive stuff there for Liquid's offlane duo. Anisha still absolutely keeping up with nothing to say. They're trying to lead him with the Avalanche. They got the Roar.
Okay, Toss is available also.
Yeah, there should be enough lockdown to kill off the puck. So bringing in the support backup. It's enough to make sure they can get Nisha out of the lane.
I mean, the way they pressure Mickey is by bringing Gyro through the gate, maybe later. But for now, there's going to be some active runes on the board. Y returns to favor with the D-Ward.
They've got the grab, they get the Dream Coil, in fact, onto the two of them. There's a haste rune as well, picked up here by Nisha. So unlikely to be able to run from him. They kill off Y underneath the Dream Coil. Planet should be fine here by the safety of the tower and nothing to say. And look where they might get the grab on Bach. Mickey swinging over as well. Boxy is going to have his hands on him if he wants, but the Avalanche does put a stop to the Shaman for now. Planet tries to hold them back with the Avalanche toss. It's not going to get Planet a kill, and if anything, it's just going to get him killed as well. There's Liquid.
Easy double.
Chase him down. I won't see him quite yet.
Yeah, this is a funny standoff for now.
They're going to try and lead in onto Mickey, but there's the Golem. Bonds drop down onto the two of them. Boxy coming in from the side. At the last, here's the Solar Guardian coming in from Saberlight. Tidebound have to run. Planet's going to get caught by the hammer. They'll bring Shiro in. And we'll be able to at least find the support kills as Boxy told before, but the TP out is there just in time. Now Shiro. He wants to try and get back to the other side of the map. He's going to find Mickey. He's got the back of the white. Toby's going to come in and help out as well. Mickey. That's a bit of an awkward Sunder. Doesn't give him a huge amount of HP, but the Shadow Word is healing him up. He should still die though. Bach and Y able to finish it off. Shiro will be able to find Toby and they'll survive. Shiro lives.
I mean, this is like move. The best area to attack when you play against Dawn is the Dawnbreaker.
And Saberlight would be a very nice catch for Bach to find. Saberlight half HP under the tower. Be an easy dive. Straight in they go. Saberlight's gone. TP's coming in, but it will be immediately cancelled. There's nothing more to be done up here, at least not on their own. They need to bring in... Maybe they find Mickey alone. It'll be a huge catch to find if they catch him in time. Mickey will clear the camp. Planet. Is he going to get his hands on him? He's in with the Avalanche, but the Solar Guardian comes in. They'll use the Roar as well, and the Toss trying to kill Mickey. Now the Supernova, back on the full HP, the Lasso, locking him down. They're going to try and hit the egg, but the Supernova will be a success. Why? Succeeds with the egg, and they're ready to clean them up now, Tidebound. They take out the three of them. Nisha has to jump back under the tier 2. The team fight coming together, and definitely we're seeing that over those last few seconds. Shiro. It's kind of low down here, but it's a bit of a bait because backup's in. The heals are coming in from Y.
They've got a rocket on him.
Can they even get him the once? He's able to dodge the rocket with the phase shift. Jumps back in trying to burst through Y, but they're relatively tanky now on Tidebound. Another phase shift dodge into a blink will get him out of the Avalanche. Bach. I mean, the Aegis has now expired. The silence will stop Bach from being able to get the initial lasso off. Nisha has to use the Dream Coil to try and stop Bach from getting the lasso, but the Flame Break into lasso still there. Bach still able to get the job done despite Nisha's best efforts.
Might need another round of items here on Liquid.
Planet. Oh, they got the Roar on Toby. It is pretty deep. Solar Guardians coming in. Can they turn this one around, Liquid? They're going to lose Toby. They've dropped the Serpent Wards here, but Saberlight and Boxy, they're dying so quickly. Now the egg's out. They've got to back away. Mickey's trying to hit the egg.
I don't think so.
Can they kill it? They can! Another Supernova success here for Y, as 4 dead on Liquid. They just can't deal with the super. Again, it's one hit off, but Tidebound, they're doing it perfectly. The way they set up, force these fights, bait Liquid in. Well, Liquid cannot afford for another team fight to go the way that they have been. Nothing to say. Already back on the hunt here, ready to look for action with the Roar.
Very high chance that Liquid are talking about BKBs, an absolute necessity against this dire draft.
Nothing to say. Finds the perfect one.
Gone.
Absolutely terrifying now, this Beastmaster charging across the map. He is massive.
Cross map smoke, Mickey with the chart, of course, super fast. They did see Toby run through their observer.
Oh, Nisha.
He blinked into the wrong neighborhood, I believe.
See if he can get his way out of this. He's going to have 4 heroes hot on the chase for him.
Oh, good blink.
But can he close in on this? Oh, he might get him.
Yep.
He's got him.
Which means for now... Oh, Liquid, are they looking to fight back? They are lingering around mid. Wonder if they're looking for a smoke. Oh, Nisha.
Final's got the catch. And there's the lasso once again. Nisha's in trouble. Oh, get the phase shift off. Can he get away from them? Jules is there. Nothing more to allow him to jump out. That's Nisha gone for 50 seconds. Tidebound, they can get the waves pushed in mid. They're going to try for the setup. He's pretty tanky here on the Beast. They don't even get anywhere close to killing him in the Roar. Into the Supernovas there. Avalanche onto the 2 of them on top of it all. Boxy and Saberlight dead. And nothing to say, not even close to dead. They barely touched him.
Yeah, I believe those 2 heroes just can't kill him.
And back on with the mid push.
Looks like Mickey did swap up his item build. He had a...
Oh, and there's the grab back. Catches Boxy.
Uh-oh.
That's 1 down. Sweep over towards the bottom. Liquid, what are they going to do?
Oh, Mickey swapped his build from a Scotty to a Revenant's Brooch because he ain't got time to buy the Scotty.
I was going to say, he has to get whatever he can get online ASAP to be able to try and turn up and push back Team Tidebound. And here we go, Metamorphosis pop, they're in with the Dream Core. Solar Guardian ready to go as well. Shiro moving in with the BKB. Mickey's got the BKB ready to press in turn. Saberlight at the front of the fight, taking a heavy hit. The Supernova this time, they'll be able to kill it. They kill off the egg. Mickey, Sunder, back up to pretty much full HP. He can turn and nothing to say. Kill off the Beast, and now look towards Shiro. Saberlight coming in with the control. Shiro falling very low. They'll kill him the once. Can they do it a second time, Liquid? Mickey. Get him with the slow.
Back. Boxy's here.
And he's got the grab. The shackles are there. Shiro will fall. Liquid will hold. And there's the jump. Solar Guardian comes in straight away in response. They're trying to burst through the Phoenix. Can they kill him in time? The egg's out. Can they kill the egg? They're looking to kill him, but the Roar's there. Out onto Mickey. The egg will die, though. They get the last hit just in time. Mickey. Sunder back up to full HP as he takes the health of Planet. They'll kill off the Tiny. Bark has the lasso controlling Mickey for now, but Mickey, can they actually bring this Terrorblade down? The BKB's out from Mickey. He turns now over towards Shiro. Shiro trying to stand his ground against Mickey. Shiro will get hexed up, though. The Starbreaker comes in. Shiro will fall, but Mickey does go down. Nisha. Face shifts there, coming back in with the shackles. Boxy has the grab into the hex. They catch out.
Oh,
the 2 of them at the end of it all as Liquid get the team wipe.
What a crazy fight. That egg, I think it barely died this time around.
It was so close.
Nothing to say. Instantly refreshed his Roar to get a second one onto Mickey, but it was not enough.
But
oh, that's the axe pull.
Get the double lasso. They got 4. The Avalanche is there, but the Solar Guardian's coming in. Boxy's able to get the BKB off.
Oh my God.
The bonds. The Golem slammed down onto the 3 of them. Mickey's ready to turn up. Looking towards nothing to say. Nothing to say. Put the refresh. The Supernova goes on successfully this time. The second Roar. Enough to bring Mickey down the once. Can they take Mickey out a second time? Nisha poking at the backline. Still has his eyes on Planet. It's very low at the moment on the Tiny. Nisha doesn't feel confident enough to jump back into the 5 of them. Tidebound. They deal with the Aegis, and they are able to kill off Saberlight. They don't lose anyone themselves, Tidebound. Despite the fact they kind of get caught in with like a 3-man, 4-man. Tidebound wanting to try and find the smoke play before Roshan respawns. Try and get a hit against Liquid.
That's Toby. Oh,
They'll settle for Toby.
The mini Astral, not quite enough.
Oh,
I hear a BKB.
BKB's gone off him. Boxy, he was thinking about committing to try and get the grab onto Planet, but has to back off with the BKB. But Liquid, they should have this done in time. The question is if they can actually get out. As Aegis...
He has no TP.
Oh. Okay, yeah, Mickey's going to be forced to fight by the looks of it. He's in the pit, pots the meta. They've got to try and fight their way out of this one. Looking at Nothing to Say, the Solar Guardian comes in. Nothing to Say will fall. Supernova will be a success. They're trying to heal up here. Shiro here on the gyro with the Satanic. And Mickey's still standing strong. The bonds are in. Bark's getting slowed up by the Skadi. He's dead. They're buying back the mass buybacks on Tidebound, but they can't turn this fight. They have to run. As that was 2 buybacks there being used by both sides, but the bigger ones coming out from Tidebound, that being their mid and their off lane. They're smoking up as a team. Jira's going to show himself on the wave. Saberlight is close by.
Mickey's TPing.
See if he wants to buy the Rapier and fight. He does. Rapier's picked up. They've got the opening stun. The shackles are there, though. They have to try and free him. They'll be able to do so. Lotus Assault comes in. The BKB's out. Supernova to the side. He's healing up Shiro. They're keeping the gyro alive. Double kill for Shiro. The shopping trip, a grand success for this gyro. As Liquid will be forced back. The perfect outing there from Tidebound. Can they stop this gyro? He's taken their base. Shiro. He's got a lot of backup. Wise ready with the heals, with the Lotuses. They'll jump in, get the silence onto the 3 of them. The creeps are up. They'll be able to heal up. They get the toss back onto Mickey. Mickey's in trouble. The backup comes from the Solar Guardian, but the lasso's there, locking him down. The Supernova again is going to be a great success. Mickey tries to sunder and run, but the Supernova stun catches him. He's out for good. A dieback on Mickey. They do get the creep, so backdoor protection has kicked back in.
Oh, Nisha.
He's going to try and grab the next creep wave as well.
They glyph this wave.
He's still going to be able to kill it. So Nisha making sure that Tidebound can't quite go for the game, despite the fact that the Terrorblade is dead for 110 seconds. Where's their nearest creeps? Is it what, top wave? Saberlight. He jumps in. He's going to get caught by the roar and the avalanche. The Sombra damage coming in as well. Saberlight's just dead. He's out. This game, it's absolutely over. They're on to the ancient Tidebound. They'll close it up in style.
What a crazy game. So much back and forth. Liquid clutching it out like once or twice to bring the game back, get the advantage.
That just ended the game.
Again, Batrider with the Aghanims, he then gets the lasso onto the Terrorblade +1. Like, that's enough to also facilitate the fight and not enable Mickey to potentially clutch it up in his own way, right?
Yeah.
Unfair.
Unfair.
For who?
For us.
For Shiro. Quap carry versus Axe is fun. Shadow strike him.
Got him.
Make him sad.
Isn't Quap fun to Shadow Strike a Storm Throat as well?
And overall, do you like sort of this sort of tempo that Tidebound are going to be able to try and look towards with their cores when you do run this Bristle as the carry?
Yeah, I would say so, because what... hold on, Shiro.
And the Quills are going to stack up quite a bit.
Winning?
He gets first blood. He will die. But as we see there, Tidebound do get the first blood themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And mid completely out of mana out. See bottom. They can continue to chase out Boxy here with the Quills stacking up.
Shiro, Lotus.
He's going to have him. Saberlight trying to get wide, but the Nightmare's there. And Saberlight will not be able to stay on top of this Bane, so Y will live. Still in the mid, the pressure continues, and this time it's going to be surely too much for Nisha, especially with Planet diving forward. They take Nisha out.
Boxy. Planet with some good moves. Wise here, drops a ward. It's a big deal. Nothing to say. He's level 6. They have a ward behind, heroes behind, summons behind, and a siege creep. Doesn't get much better than this. Oh.
Straight in.
Hello, brother.
They're going to be able to punish Nisha once more before he hits the 6. Tidebound, good focus around this mid lane, making sure Nisha does not get an easy start to this one.
Still chasing. Boxy is running over, so they do have some brambles.
And they got Nightmare in a second, though. Nothing to say is ready to help out. The dagger's in on a Saberlight as the Self-Nightmare buying a bit of safety for Y, but he will still end up going down. The question is though, can the 3 of them get out of it? Because Nothing to Say is looking towards Saberlight. Saberlight will die for this. I mean, Nothing to Say, he'll be happy with that trade anytime. He doesn't mind losing a Bane there.
Yep. Didn't even lose any HP. Had the shield rune. In the meantime, Planet did also take the mid lane. At least for Toby. He got another charge on his Grimoire, so that should help them later if they want to go for a little sneaky play.
We're looking for the 8-minute power rune. Planet. Just going to try and mess around with Nisha. It's going to end up being down on the bottom. You see White has to end up taking it as Boxy was on the verge of getting the steal for himself. Boxy might die for this. Yeah, he will. Sonic Wave comes in.
Oh,
that's Boxy gone.
Nisha tried for the deny. Couldn't quite sneak it in.
This area just proven to be deadly, this mid area for Liquid. Anytime they turn up, it's just giving more and more kills for...
Making some... They're very simple, but very efficient moves around the map. No chance of holding this tower here for Liquid.
And Toby's going to show himself with the bonds.
I'm not sure if that was a smart move.
He's probably going to die for it. So it doesn't really stop the push. Ends up giving his life another kill for nothing to say.
Because the thing is, Liquid cannot return the favor here. They cannot take the... I mean, Planet, he's not stopping on the stacks. Boxy's around. Of course, there is a terrorize for the potential.
They've got a grip at the ready, but as you say, there is a counter play in store. There's the grip. Is there going to be a chance for the save? It's too far away, so they're able to just blow up Toby. Nisha will get the chance to live, as there wasn't any follow-up damage really coming in during the grip.
14 minutes.
Saberlight, Boxy. They're going to find Boxy. Well, Boxy gets the Shadow Him off. Saberlight's going to try and go for the fight, but the Sonic Wave's in. Onto the boat for them. Nisha jumps forward, but that's Saberlight dead. Boxy looking for the field. Will get it onto the 2, but Nisha's falling so low. Can he grab it? Nothing to say he can. They bring him down. Can they kill the egg?
They can.
They can. Mickey takes it down. Double kill for him, but Shira and Bark are still fighting strong. Mickey not going to get out of this fight. As Shira and Bark chase him down, they kill the egg. They do get a trade. Ends, what, 3 for 3?
And they're looking for a quick play into mid here.
All right, I mean, yeah, if they get this on top.
Ooh, nothing to say. This is a big one.
He blinked in. Oh, he is going to kill Nisha, maybe. No,
earn heal?
The axe is going to miss. Nisha's going to live. That was an awkward blink forward there.
So Nisha doesn't have a TP, which means he might just stay around the bot area, but you could look for just a little sneaky play.
Fear's coming out at the side. They're trying to heal the Bane up. Actually able to get the Nightmare off here, White, but he still dies. Saberlight's going to go for the TP out. Boxy won't be quite as lucky with the Sonic Wave coming in. It's just a 1-for-1 between the supports, but there's enough space for Tidebound to finish that Roshan, get the Aegis on Shiro. And Shiro's ready to get that Aegis to work straight away as he's pushing in bottom. Liquid are heading towards him, and Shiro is pretty out alone.
They should look for him.
So they get the call. I mean, this is probably going to be threatened a second time. TPs are now starting to come in. So if they can get over to him, they get the pullback with the Vortex. Here's the backup. It's another call, but the Raw's there. Onto Saberlight. Saberlight falls. Now they turn to Mickey. Golem's going to get dropped. Stops the chase here from Tidebound. So Mickey gets the space. There's the Ancient Granite Golem done. Easy 250 gold. Trying to slow this down at the side. It's only onto the Bane. Boxy, he's dead. Can't TP out of this. They'll get White in return with the dunk, but the Raw's out. On towards Saberlight. See if he can get out of this one. The Sonic Wave catches him. Nothing to say. He did jump in aggressively for this. Nisha turns, looking to control him. Supernova will be successful at the side, but Nisha gets the kill first and gets away from the Supernova just in time. Mickey, burnt by the Sunray. He's just dead.
Holy...
He was not. He completely underestimated the damage there from that Sunray and the reach indeed. Mickey is going to get the chance to get the tier 1 top.
Liquid are recovering the map very nicely. Want to see how they deal with one of the next things. So Tidebound, do they just want to force a tier 2 into a tier 3, find a fight? But Liquid, they're one step ahead.
They've got the setup. Into the fear. They've caught him. There's no saving, nothing to say. Gets completely blown up here by the physical damage as well from Mickey. They'll turn towards Planet. He's got the egg at the ready, but he's not going to use it. Knows they'd kill it anyway. So Liquid coming in with 2 easy kills, and nothing to say. Definitely has to be a bit more careful. The setup and control, even with the Kaiser Sound done, he dies too quickly.
They're not done yet. Bak is on a trap.
Nisha setting up for the next trap. The Raw's there on a Saberlight, but the Bramble holds him back. That's going to be Bak gone. Liquid indeed starting to really hit back against this lead that Tidebound had. They're going to go again. They want that Aegis out of him, but the heals are coming in with the Sunray. Doesn't matter. Aegis still lost. The Fear pushing back the two on the back lines. Jumping over now towards Y. They get the call onto the Bane. Y, he's falling low. Will die.
My.
The Supernova's down. Liquid, they've got to bail out.
Look at the Sunray.
Just burned down by Planet once again. These Sunrays, my goodness, they hurt. I mean, it's what, sort of down to Saberlight and Nisha, one of the two of them to find an angle on the
like
Phoenix.
maybe start on him and then you try to keep your range with Mickey to hit him and then pike the beast when he... Uh-oh.
It's
Too
just,
much?
yeah, so much AoE damage to burst him through that Shadow Realm. Again, nearly 1,000 being kicked out there through the duration of that Sunray.
I mean, people better start looking at this facet more. Because I only see it very rarely, but after seeing this game... Should be something... Uh-oh.
It's going to be another one. The Roar's there
axe.
on a Saberlight. Wasn't ready for Tidebound to sweep up here. Why? Not quite able to get a grab onto Boxy. Got the zip in from Nisha. He's going to go straight for Y. They're looking to try and burst through the Bane. The heal's coming in for the Sunray. Not enough to save him. Golem gets dropped here. Saberlight gets the call onto the Phoenix. Planet still gets the Supernova off. And here's the Sunray. Burning through Saberlight. He has to run. They've got to back off. We're going to see Mickey go for the TP out. He'll make it out just in time. But Boxy and Toby will get left behind. The supports of Liquid cleaned up. As Tidebound only losing the one support themselves. Shiro coming out on top again as he clears up the double. Liquid, can they stop this Aegis push? Oh, Saberlight. Again with the blink, they've managed to drag him in pretty deep here with the break as well, bursting him low, but the sleep comes in, breaks him out of the combo. The heal as well with the Sunray. Shiro, he's fine. They can't even take him down the once there with the saves coming in from Tidebound. BKB now for nothing to say as he looks to walk it off. Another call comes in from Saberlight.
Oh,
Down to finish him off. Big hit comes in from Mickey to clean him up the once. Can they go a second time? They're with the silence. Nisha, it's got the Vortex. The defensive nightmare again, though, breaking Shiro free.
They're killing
He's in with the BKB. They do get the call and the dunk down onto nothing to say. Shiro's BKB about to come to an end as well. Nisha, does he want to try and chase this? Saberlight also looking to see if he can get in range for another blink call. The smoke as well, trying to do everything to close the gap. They close the gap on Y. Liquid. Able to hold the defense mid. They keep the racks alive. They push back an Aegis attempt there from Tidebound.
I mean, Box is in the front. He's got the A on disc.
They look pretty set up for this. They're going to find Toby and Saberlight off to the side. Saberlight's in trouble. Dive forward. They get the roar in. Does get Lotus back up towards Bark. And now Nisha, he's looking towards him, but doesn't want to fight under the egg. They'll back off. Kite out the Supernova. Saberlight thinking about getting back in. Shiro's going to continue to try and chase down Toby. Dive forward. They'll kill off the Warlock, but Saberlight dead as well. Can they still keep this fight going? Liquid Nisha trying to use what he can to take nothing to say down, but the blink count's there. Double buyback comes in from Liquid, but they're going to lose Boxy as the Fear will not save him. Toby TP's in, drops the Golem. They get the break on Shiro, but the BKB's at the ready. Shiro is going to be fine for now. Mickey trying to chase on. Look at the trap slow.
No matter.
Another trap slow in place as well. Planet's going to go for the TP out. Nisha's not got much mana to play with. Shiro trying to heal up with the Vortex. It's all that Nisha needs to lock down the Bristle and ensure that Mickey can finish the job.
Really, really good fight from Liquid. Once again.
He's going to start buying out for the Shiva's guard. And yeah, because he's got the money for both. So Shiva's is online for nothing to say. He still has the buyback gold available. On top of that.
Oh, Boxy.
Leading out here. They're going to just open up with a grip.
Nullifier.
It's not going to save him. And Zisk. It's torn apart.
And seeing what comes of that. Uh-oh, nothing to say.
Oh, he's got the BKB, but the call's there. Mickey's in with the damage.
Nightmare.
The Nightmare comes in, buys him a bit of time, but nothing to say, gets dunked, killed off. They've got the roar in. Get the cap on Anisha. His Aegis about to expire in 5 seconds, so they'll have to back off. Sonic Wave comes in, but the cheese is popped by Saberlight, back up to full HP. Nisha ready to swing back over, has the Aghanim's Vortex, back onto the two, and the big K's in with the angle, nothing to say, he's dead. A dieback on the Quap. He's out for 2 minutes. As Liquid, still with the full squad fighting fit. They could push on. Trying to burn through Mickey again. Yes, he does. The damage from the Sunray still pretty crazy. Nisha in with the jump. Gets the Vortex onto the two of them. Dive away from Planet. Nearly dies there on the Phoenix, and they're going to try and finish him off. Nisha gets it, finishes the job. That's Planet gone. He has the buyback available. Shiro's in trouble. BKB in the Nightmare trying to get him away from mid-K. Shiro will live. They'll use the fortification. 20 seconds still until Nothing to Say's back up. White's been found. Nisha straight on top of the Bane. The Bane's out. Another buyback here coming into play. Liquid though, they've got the space to finish up the mid-rack. Saberlight, he's in with the grab. The call's there. Another Nightmare. White gets Shiro away from the call.
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker's way out of this. Liquid, they got what they came for. They get the mid-racks. Now, it looks like, yeah, she's going to switch it up as well. Does want to get the Abyssal rather than the Refresher. Wants to be able to get in with that lockdown, stop this TA from getting the damage out. And put some sort of halt to mid-K's damage output in the midst of a team fight. They've been hit with the scan. Liquid know that they're around. Nisha's going to go for the jump though for Bar, but the BKB's out. Nisha zips back over towards the Bane. They're trying to get rid of Y this time. They've caught him with the call. Y's gone. Dead for 90. Nothing to Say has to blink out. Shiro will buy back immediately. Nothing to Say in so much trouble as Saberlight reaches and gets the dunk off. Bar caught by the fear. He's gone. That's the two of them out for good. Nothing to Say and Y make that Planet as well. Also dead without buyback. Shiro tried to run and it's over. GG's called. We're going to a game 3.
Oh, this is a great series. Liquid keep being forced to like try and clutch out the game. Tidebound taking it to them into the high ground. I wonder now for game 3, do Tidebound like double down and just try to fix this one high ground? Or do they try to slow down the game and match the late game pace of Team Liquid?
That was one instance. And the second instance is they're taking high ground, where the Bristle and the Beast are trying to take mid-racks. And then Nothing to Say is, you know, taking a holiday into the tier 4s. Like, I feel like if he just stopped clicking.
Meh.
Meh, he said.
For the mid matchup, meh. But for the game, looks pretty good. All right, your Dark Willow, your Reverse Disruptor. You don't like playing versus TA at all. Mid lane, no idea how this lane goes.
Heavy focus around the mid here for first power in. And will just be that much more difficult for Nisha to hold on to. They're going to go for some aggressive play here under the tower. I'll get the opening. Another bounce back. Nisha, he's got to dissimulate. He's going to try his best to juke it out. He's got the stick charges as well, but the Battle Hunger's ticking him down. Nisha can't survive this. First blood goes the way of Planet and Team Tidebound. Look at the glimpse on Y. And they don't have any further damage to threaten the Axe with.
Well, that's it.
Sure.
Well, I would say it is more the favorite, but it just depends on who can drag out the fight longer, really.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing, right? If it's the Muerta, you got to be very aware of like the trap placements, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you pop the ult, you get slowed by a trap, feels kind of bad.
Oh, I think that, yeah, that TP will not quite work out for Boxy.
Maybe he can deny to Roche. See if he can do it, Boxy.
No.
He can't. Nothing to Say, comes in, gets the kill. Top lane, Toby trying for some setup onto Planet.
Does have the disruption against the Glimpse.
Go for the disruption.
The
trap
trap
is in place though for the slow as he comes out of it. As mid-K will be able to swing across, get himself a kill.
They do kill Planet, but it means that Bach does kind of get away with just some good old creep cutting. I will say the difference between the network of the Darkseer and TA is it's a little too high for my liking.
And Bach, he's going to die for this by the looks of it. Surge has already been used. And maybe the stick charges? No, glimpses there, dragged back. Dead as well. It's a slow start, as you say, definitely in comparison to his lane. Look at the setup.
That shot, ult.
And this time with the ult, they've got the damage. Smooth moves there between the two of them, Shiro and White.
Y is not quite breaking the smoke. That could be Shiro's death.
Shiro scored in the Static Storm. No way to get him out of this one. So they're going to put the Stampede here to get away from Nothing to Say. He's closing in with the Rolling Thunder. We'll get the opening angle onto Toby. Comes in, huge damage here with the Diffusion and the Swashbuckle. They get the call onto Saberlight.
Nice wall.
Saberlight's going down as well. Maybe they can even look to move in for mid-K. They get the Demonic Purge down on towards him, heading up to the high ground. The Brambles will hold them back momentarily, but they close in onto mid-K. Mid-K will fall. He's going to opt for the TP out here on Boxy, but the damage from Planet comes through with the poison popping. Liquid lose 4.
And then they just brought all the reinforcements.
And that's such a big fight to take. Killing off mid-K. You know, mid-K was having all the space in the world, complete free farm top. Turns up for the fight.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Okay. They're kiting the Blade Mail.
Sure.
Whoa.
See if Saberlight can live. He'll get the stun out onto the two of them, but The poison stacks up and Planet claims another life. Not the TP and that I guess just sort of assumed that they'd left. They had not. Tidebound stuck around and they reap the benefits from this.
Yeah, that's not the only thing they're claiming. They're stealing the stack. Oh, they might get an axe.
I mean, why gets the call off and there is a disruption? Why? He will. I mean, is he guys going to die? He will die, but in turn, Liquid, they're going to lose both supports again.
Oh, we've got a feeding frenzy going on.
Yeah, nothing to say. Continue having an excellent time. I mean, off the back of that move from Mickey, it's sort of allowed nothing to say to catch up to the level of fun that Mickey was having on the TA. We'll see around the runes.
Roll.
It's there. They get the opening angle into the call. Static Storm's laid down, but it's beautiful bounces here from the Rolling Thunder. He'll get out with it. Oh, he knows where he's going. Nothing to say. In with the swashbuckle.
Should be okay.
They're still hanging around, Nisha.
He's got 2 steps.
They're on the way towards him. He's able to get away from both the wall and the Rolling Thunder. Still catches him on the way back, but backup's here for Nisha. Stampede in place. They're trying to close in. They won't be able to get in on top of
Good glimpse
straight away, but the glimpse is there. Back into the Static Storm. They've caught nothing to say, and they've got the damage to take him down. Liquid, they'll look to turn this into more. They get the step jump over towards the Axe, get the callback with the Remnant. Wise caught. Liquid, they know when to take a fight. Trying to hunt down, nothing to say. Nisha.
Oh, they got him.
They have indeed. The disruption from Planet's there. Any way to play his way out of this one? It doesn't look like.
Good kill.
The Tidebound can prepare. Another scan hit, so they know the Liquid's up on the high ground.
Another smoke.
See Saberlight first. Saberlight's going to be able to get him with the jump. Mickey follows up. They look to try and burst through Planet, but Planet's able to get the defensive disruption. The dunk comes in. They fully control Saberlight. And now Nothing to Say is ready to roll on for more. Forces Mickey to have to put the BKB. Nothing to Say slides up to the high ground. Nisha tries to follow up with the Astral Step, but Liquid had to back off. Mickey's BKB coming to an end. And this Roshan, I mean, Liquid, do they want to try and mess with this? Boxy's hovering around.
Might want to terrorize into Blink. Just kidding, he has no terrorize. But maybe he still wants to be...
Maybe just see if he wants to try for it. It's a little early and White, he's able to control him. Boxy tries, but fails. It's Tidebound. Roshan's going to be theirs. Shiro, another Aegis. We'll see what they can get done with it this time round. Why already charging straight up towards the top. They're seeing if they can maybe catch out Nisha. Cool's going to be off the mark as he tries for it blind. They do have eyes on him now, though. Nisha. See if he can get his way out of this one. He's going to step off to the side. Anything to stop it? They do. They've got the vacuum straight up on towards him. Toby's going to try and help out with the Static Storm. Anisha. Stampede there as well to try and get him out, but why? Jumps in, gets the call upon him. He's got 1 step left. Assimilates back up. Nisha still falling so low though. The dead shot hits him from a mile off. Shiro sniping him, sets up for Planet to kill him off. Toby's going to take the fall as well. The neutral's helping out. Why on a killing spree?
They're eyeing Saberlight in the mid lane, if I see this correctly.
Let's see if they can do it. He's pretty tanky. There's good angles with the Rolling Thunder again. Nothing to Say he's going to head over towards Toby and just shreds him on the back bark. They'll get the vacuum on a Saberlight, but the Stampede comes out immediately. They're looking to see if they can burst through Nothing to Say in return. Nisha's in with the jump. They've killed off Bark. Toby, he wants to buy back and take a part in this fight. Call from White.
Good call.
Gets the call on the both of them. Is there any follow-up damage, though? There is not. White is just dead for his efforts to jump in at the side. They kill off Toby a second time. Shiro now with the ultimate. Liquid, they want to kite this out.
He's committing a
Slide
lot.
forward. He has to BKB TP out. He doesn't want a part of this fight anymore. They'll bail out of that one. So, again, Liquid not dealing too badly at all with these sort of Aegis fights that Tidebound look for. Tidebound end up losing the 3 of them. Can he get the opening?
Searched up.
Mickey. He's already out with the blink. Wise still going to try and chase, but Mickey's too far. They'll settle for Toby. They do get the opening taunt on towards Mickey, but he's able to get the BKB off, and the Stampede's there as well. Mickey on the run.
Blink in 2.
Can they continue to stay on top of him? They can't. Yeah, he's out with the blink TP.
Seeing what he can find. Trying to get out some good wards on the Willow.
Scan's been hit. Liquid know that Team Tidebound's up there. They're going to make the jump straight away. They find Mark. Immediately onto the dark side, they're bursting. He'll buy back straight away. They get the call onto Mickey. Bash is coming in as well. Mickey wants the BKB, but Shearer's in position to finish off the job. The damage comes out here from the Muerta into the dead shot. Onto Sableye. The fear will push him back for now, but the talk from Y again catches on to Nisha. Nisha puts the BKB, but he has to run. Muerta getting brought solo by Sableye. Ends up, I believe, killing himself there on the blade melt towards the end of it. But the cleanup, it works. They get the 3 of them. They're going to get the 4 of them as well as Toby's chased down. Nisha, the only one to live. I mean, Tidebound, whilst they did get jumped there, they were pretty ready for that. But immediately in with the buyback. Liquid looking for some sort of wraparound from behind.
Amplify damage rune on Nisha.
Shiro's got the refresher shard. Nothing to say, of course, with the Aegis. There's the push. Sableye tries for the jump, but the Rolling Thunder's there. They get their call back up with the drag back of the Remnant on towards Y. The defensive disruption comes into play. Y heals up with the cheese back up to full HP. Nothing to say. Deals with Toby. Mickey has to put the BKB. The double support buyback coming in from Liquid. Mickey's BKB is soon to come to an end. Shiro pots the refresher. He's ready for round 2. Nothing to say. Tries to get the jump in back on Mickey, but Mickey's out with the refraction. Blink out. Nisha jumps down to the south. Planet's got his hands on him with the disruption. There's still another Astral Step at the ready, though, so Nisha will be fine.
It is only the support that had to buy back, so the rest are still okay.
Banners now. There's the jump, Sableye. He's in with the burst on his Shiro, but again, Planet's in with the defensive disruption. Sableye trying to take down the banner, the BKB and the Pierce the Veil's up. They push forward, they get the vacuum trap back onto Sableye. Sableye's gone. No buyback on him. He's out for 80 seconds, doesn't have the money.
Wow.
Liquid just seeing if they get an opportunity to catch anyone stepping out alone. They're looking at Shiro. They've got to be so sure they can burst him. He's got BKB and refresher. Oh, but the Mans, they're going to try. They're in with the jump forward with the Remnant, but Shiro's fine. Why? Has the BKB forced out him early. Park gets the vacuum onto the 2 of them. The Rolling Thunder comes in. They've caught Sableye and they kill him so quickly. He does not stand a chance against the pistols of the Muerta. Nothing to say, wants the kill. He's going to have to chase pretty far for it. Needs to consider backing off now, especially the fact that Y's been caught to the side. They're in with the jump, they burst through, and that's the axe gone. Boxy seeing if he can set up for more. Was the Pierce the Veil and the BKB used by Shiro. Nisha's reaching in to see if he can get a catch on and nothing to say. He's in with the Astral Step, puts the BKB. They get the Fierce set up on a Shiro. Silence as well to follow things up. Put the refresher. Second round of the BKB, good to go. We'll keep it safe for now. Nothing to say. Gets the angle. They get the setup on a Sableye. Now with the Pierce the Veil, they're bringing in the damage. Sableye gets the blade belt off, though. Shiro's got to be careful.
Hero.
Defensive disruption comes into play, but Shiro's so low. Sableye's in with a Who Stop. They've killed Shiro off. As Liquid, they're going to definitely look to force more here as they'll look to Bark. Bark's got nowhere to run. The fight, it's going to be Liquid's 2 massive kills. Shiro and Bark dead. Both teams knowing how hungry each other is for this team fight. Nothing to say, he's going to show the mythic of the catch. There with the Who Stop, the damage coming in from Mickey, he's gone. Has the buyback available and he's going to use it. Liquid, they'll pull back a little bit as they reassess the situation. But they'll still be more than happy to fight. And eyes on Sableye, but again, Y doesn't want to make the jump on him. And Sableye's actually going to get the jump on a Y. There's the follow-up here from the Void Spirit.
That's double BKB.
They've baited out the BKBs. And the Pierce the Veil. They're dragging back in Sableye, but he's so tanky, and this time he's able to survive through the damage that was coming out with the Pierce the Veil. Nothing to say. Finds his way to the backlines. He's in with the Rolling Thunder, ready to roll out the Static Storm as well. Continues with this angle, controlling both the 2 of them. There's the call on Tanisha. The damage this time comes in. A big crit from Shiro, but Sableye's back in once again. They have to use the defensive disruption to try and protect Shiro. Shiro's in trouble. He's looking towards Sableye, but Nisha's closing the gap onto him. The nullifier down on a Shiro. Shiro, he's got to try and get out of here. Why? He's in with the call. Holds back Nisha. Nisha, he'll survive, and that's Shiro gone. Buyback for Shiro. Mickey, he'll die. Also with the buyback. They're not holding back here, Liquid. They want to put everything into this fight. Same to be said with Tidebound with the mass buybacks coming in.
Boxy's positioning.
Can they get here in time? Boxy trying to block it up, but he gets caught by the dead shot. Boxy will die, but he makes the space. Mickey has the Aegis. See if they can chase on for more at Tidebound. Saberlight now going to come in with the buyback. The Bash catches on to Mickey, but he has the Aegis on him. Even if he's threatened the ones. Nisha is caught. Nisha's in trouble with the cheese. Back up to full HP. Nisha able to jump out with it to simulate. Shiro's got to be careful. He's so low. Tidebound, they've got to bail out of this one. Bark's dead for good. Out for 2 minutes. They got to run Tidebound.
Oh my god.
Shiro.
Nisha?
He's going to find him on the way back to base. Shiro's... If he goes down, he's out for good as well. Nisha finds Shiro.
Did they just do it?
He's got to roll on every single bash positively, really, to just sort of slow down the siege damage. Planet's going to try and reach him with a disruption. Be able to back up with the BKB. Nothing to say. Doing what he can here to try and buy whatever time for the other 2 cores to get back up. But the jump's there over towards Y. Nothing to say. Has to back onto the fountain. The Ancient's exposed. They'll get the glimpse onto Nothing to Say. He's gone. No buyback for him. GG is called. Liquid take game 3, and with that, the series 2-1.
Wow, what a series. Yeah, Liquid very deservingly moving on, because my god, they put up a show in all 3 of these games.
Yeah, despite Tidebound's best efforts, all 3 times, right, Tidebound, they get kind of this mid-game lead, but they can't quite close it up. Liquid know how to sort of dig themselves out of a non-preferential start to each of the games.